So we have some pretty interesting new details about Bryan Kohberger. Not stuff that we'd heard before, not stuff we were expecting either. I got to be honest with you. It comes from his time when he was a Pennsylvania security guard in the Pennsylvania school system. One of his former coworkers is talking a little bit about what he was like back then. And let me tell you, hot temper, angry outbursts, to say the least. A lot more information on that in a second. And you're going to be surprised at what his hobby was. Gross. But I do want to tell you that there's a scheduled hearing. Kind of came up out of nowhere. We were waiting for June, but May 25th, we're going to be hearing about the gag order. There's an effort by Kaylee's family to get that gag order amended or lifted. And a lot of media companies are jumping in on it too. So we're hoping that that, yields something. But let me tell you about this, this former coworker of Bryan Kohberger's. Woof. It turns out between 2016 and 2021, he was this security guard for the school district. The school district actually had to turn over records because they were subpoenaed. And it's weird here. This will matter to his lawyers. This is really going to matter to his lawyers if he is tried and convicted and there's a death penalty phase. In 2018, he was credited with helping save a life of a coworker. And that could be a mitigating factor in a death penalty phase. So keep that in the back of your mind, because you can just pull that out later. But my next guests actually heard from this former coworker who sort of spilled the beans on a lot of stuff about Bryan Kohberger. And you know them well because they're the administrators of a very popular webpage. Joining me now, Christine Cameron and Alina Smith, admins of the University of Idaho Murders Case Discussion Group on Facebook. It's one of the biggest true crime pages on Facebook right now with 225,000 members and counting. Ladies, it's great to have you back on. Thank you so much for being here. Let me start with you, Christine, with what this coworker, well, I'm delighted. I love talking to you. What this former coworker laid out in detail about her time with Bryan Kohberger.
Sure. A member reached out to me privately through our Facebook group. This person said they worked with Coburger at Pleasant Valley School District pre-COVID. We know it's legitimate because they sent a selfie with him and documents from the district showing employment. He lied about an incident and got caught on cameras, which made him really mad. He swore he did not hit another person in the parking lot and went as far as to rub the dirt on the ground on this person's car in the parking lot to say that he didn't do this as a cover-up. He was not apologetic to this person, and he just got really angry when other people believed the camera footage that they had in front of them. And that just goes to show his outburst and his temper. He was obsessed about his weight.
Obsessed about his weight. We'd heard that before. And he talked a lot about personality traits and disorders as well.
He did. His hobby was studying serial killers and what caused them to commit these murders. And this person said to us that, if someone was in the room getting any attention or was showing him up, he would go nuts. And this person gave a tip to the police. They said, just tell him that he is not the smartest person in the room, and he'll tell you how he did it.
That's fascinating. I'm particularly fascinated with that little nugget that this employee said that Bryan Kohberger's hobby was studying serial killers and what caused them to commit murder. That is chilling.
It is.
Okay, Alina, we had a poll out on your page, and I threw it out on my social media as well. And I think a lot of people were jumping on there to get their opinions known. The first question: what are you most eager to learn at Kohberger's trial? Talk about these results.
Well, it looks like the motive got 51%, which we figured that would be the number one choice on this one. The other ones were how were the murders done and what do the roommates know? We knew that everybody would want to know the motive. I mean, everyone wants to know, how did he know them? Why were they chosen? Was it just one person? Was it all four? What were the orders? So really the motive just kind of fell in there to cover all of those bases. So we knew that the motive would be the number one choice in that poll.
Okay, poll question number 2, Alina, how did it shake out?
Number 2 was, what do you think will be
What
the
do you
biggest
think? Yeah.
hurdle? Okay, biggest hurdle for the prosecution to overcome if Coburger's case goes to trial. And same with this one, lack of the murder weapon. The other ones were no witness to stabbings and internal affairs probe, which Christine, she had some strong feelings on these answers. So do you want to take that one over?
Yeah, personally, I think the biggest hurdle will be DNA. Coburger can say he was in and out of the house for any number of reasons. The hurdle will be linking his DNA to that day and that time period, in my opinion.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.